Pandora's Box presents
Pull up, you can be my bass splitter. Know the streets say
Black
I'm a
Horror
bad
Films,
nigga. 'Cause I'm a
starring
savage, not if I
your
sag with
boy
ya. Crack
from the
that
Mile
code,
High
maybe I
City,
can pass with ya.
Tomas
Get on your
Tez.
toes, probably blow it
On
back
this
with ya,
podcast
yeah.
channel,
We got the
we're going
streets
to
on
dig
lock,
deep
forever from
into
the
the
bottom, but we
darkest
still on
secrets
top. You my
of
top
black
pick,
serial killers,
ducking off on the regular,
psychology
like we not lit.
of why things happen the way they happen. Why do they snap? Why do they go off? Nobody wants to know and understand, but I will make sure we all do after this. Welcome to the Tomas Tez Show. Yeah, boy. Coming from the 5280, Mile High City. See y'all soon. Black Horror Films, Tomas Tez. Let's get it.
What's going on, YouTube world? First episode of season 1, 52 Where the Truth Exposed, exposing the CPS system. If you guys don't know, Child Protective Services system in the state of Colorado. I will be preferably doing it against Denver Human Services as well as Arapahoe Human Services, due to the fact that I have personal experience with the Child Protective Services system in this state currently. I just wanted to take this time, to give y'all a little insight, a little background on me, let y'all know what inspired me to do this video. As y'all know, my name is Tomas Tez. This is the Tomas Tez Show. What inspired me to do this was I was a child that was taken into the protective custody of Arapahoe County Social Services as well as Denver when I was 12 years old. I am now currently 33. I was in the system from 12 to 18, so I was in there pretty few years, basically all my teenage life. During that time, I experienced a lot of different things, a lot of things that probably was inappropriate at that moment for people who were responsible for your care. Now, to get deeper into it on how I exactly got into the system, my mother was a single parent. It was me and my sister. That was all I knew, all we had. You feel me? My mama didn't have her mom's side of the family or her dad's side of the family. And my side and dad's side of the family, they didn't care. You feel me? They wasn't even around. It wasn't even thought of with them. But anyway, so my mom had just got out of an abusive relationship. She was engaged to a man who was very abusive. That was the one and only time I seen my mother go through that. 2 years, 2 years of that happening. Tried to go to court. Of course, Aurora Police Department out here, they tend to agree with the battered woman thing or domestic violence towards women. I noticed over the years, even growing up as a child. So, with their non-caring behinds, the man ended up getting off. There was no charges pressed. My mom didn't want me and my sister to be traumatized from testimony, going to testify against the dude. So, she lost that case. We ended up having to move to a hotel located in Aurora, Colorado. I ended up getting into some pretty deep stuff. I was molested from age 5 to age 12 by a few of my mom's relatives, as well as a few of my mom's best friend, mom's best friend's friends. She didn't know about it, and when she did catch whiff on it, she put them out. Well, one situation, they were put out the house permanently. So it's not like my mama condoned it or anything like that, but it did. Been traumatized as a child so early, it did. I did develop some kind of mental instability. We're gonna call it that. I developed anger, ended up starting to run away, setting trash cans on fire. I tried to overdose about 15 times in my teenage years. Cutting behavior, etc. But anyway, so let's get back to 1 Point Hotel. We had a dating website down here called Live Links, and of course, 12-year-old child, traumatized. I ended up hooking up or linking up with a 32-year-old adult male on there, which did not end well. I was molested in a motel room, which led me to being put into Arapahoe Social Services. My first experience with Arapahoe Social Services was not good at all. I remember a deputy from Arapahoe Sheriff's Department took me to my first foster home, my first official foster home. But let me tell y'all how that happened. Okay, first, he didn't even go in the house. He gave me into the custody of these two foster parents without even entering the home. Not knowing if he would have entered the home at that moment in time, he would have seen the conditions of that home. My foster mom weighed over 600 pounds. If anybody's seen 600-pound life where they just sit in their bed all day or sit in a chair, that's what it was. And she had, of course, a husband. My first night there, I slept in Bird Duque, and the room was completely trashed. I mean, completely trashed. Like the whole house should have been condemned. During my period of me staying there was older females who stayed there. The oldest was 17. I was 12. I was influenced and learned a lot of new things that I probably wouldn't have learned if I would have remained in the custody of my mother. I learned how to take pills to get high off of them, sneak out the house, lie, be manipulative, how to get out of things. Now back on to this house, because yeah, just had a little flashback. But like I said, completely disarrayed. She kept a lock on the refrigerator. I guess nobody could eat but her fat ass. Excuse my language, but we weren't allowed to eat until she said we could. Her husband at one point did physically restrain me due to a disagreement between me and him. I did let social services know. I had at least one visit from a social services worker there while I was there, and I can remember to this day she sat right next to dog shit with flies on it, excuse my language, and acted completely blank to the fact that I was staying in a house that was completely trashed and nasty like hoarders, So after that, man, it goes on and on and on. I have to do a season about a lot of that, but I've been in 4 psych wards, cutting behaviors and things like that. So that's the inspiration on this podcast video. I will be hitting y'all up with another one, and I'll probably be making a season on my own life to let y'all get a better perspective on the whole inspiration on the exposure of